Bring on the victory sticks. We gon' light 'em up and smoke till we're sick. Bring on the victory sticks. We deserve 'em 'cause we won the chip.
Victory Stick Men, welcome to the Victory Stick Podcast, where pop culture, sports culture, and cigar culture all come together. Today's episode, we're talking about the Victory Stick Jason Tatum was sporting in Sports Illustrated, and of course, talking about the originator of the Victory Stick, Red Auerbach. I'm Pelle, and that is Ramsey. What's up, Ramsey?
What it do? Great intro there. Little
First
people
time.
know.
One take Tommy.
Just a one take Tony.
Pelle needs one.
Yeah, Mr. Pelle, how you doing? I'm sure you're hyped about this episode, just talking about all your Celtic stuff.
I just want to get deep in the Celtics lore.
So that's why I had to rock the KGT.
Sure, out of solidarity.
I can't let people know or think that I'm all about the Boston Celtics. As much as it kind of appears that way with me making these Jaylen Brown videos, but I don't mind him.
That's right.
And also, Celtics,
what do you think?
You know, KG was on the Celtics, so I am okay with the Celtics a little bit.
Were you pissed when KG went to the Celtics? Did that ruin your childhood?
It was a big bummer, and obviously the track record after that shows why it was a big bummer, because we sucked for so long.
Maybe the worst owner in the history of owning things.
Yeah, and he's still somehow an owner. Hopefully Alex Rodriguez can freaking get him out of there.
Get in there.
I know. We got
get in there, do some damage.
We added it's not Warren Buffett, I don't think. We added some billionaire from New York as part of the ownership group, and I can't think of his name. I said Warren Buffett because he's a rich guy. But
he's a New York.
Oh yeah, he's a New York rich guy. It's probably him. They're all the same. But yeah, so we added him. So hopefully that can get Glenn out of there, because even though we finally got ourselves a squad now. So
yeah, you do. Yeah. Ant-Man, the future.
He's about to take over the Olympics market right here.
He said so.
Did they do MVP for the Olympics?
If they can beat South Sudan, yeah. Yeah, they do.
I think they barely beat everyone. So not looking awesome. We'll see.
You'll be rooting for him, and I'll be rooting for the boy Jason Tatum, who was on Sports Illustrated this week with a badass photo shoot, cigar in hand, doing a whole homage to Red with its 60s living room aesthetic, and he's just sitting there sheathing one.
Yep.
Oh, it warmed my heart.
You hit me up on the text and you're like, the Celtics are giving us gold right now.
Some content is just so in my algorithm, that hit 19 different levels of things that I enjoy and going to be happy to see.
Yep.
60s, cigars, Tatum, Celtics, just
that's your Super Bowl
right on down the line.
Yeah.
This is my post.
This is it. It doesn't get better than this. It's all downhill from here.
This is it. Peak.
As soon as you sent it to me, I had to look up, what victory stick was Jason Tatum rocking in the SI shoot. Mm-hmm. And normally I have to hit up the Redditors of our cigar, because they know all and I know nothing compared to them.
That's right.
Because the internet has all the info. Thank you, our cigar. But this one actually, I think I discovered it myself, because I zoomed in.
That's right.
High tech, Jason Bourne zoom in on my iPhone. Mm-hmm. And the My Father cigar band is very recognizable. So I saw that, and then immediately next thing I noticed was the size of the cigar, and it's that kind of torpedo, but it's a little chubbier. And in the cigar world, in the stick world, it's called bellicoso, when it's a little chubbier than a torpedo.
That just sounds nice.
I know, it's fancy. It's fancy talk. I think we should call it the chubby torp, though.
Yeah, no, way better. Way better. Already way better.
Go into your local cigar lounge and ask for a chubby torp and see what they give you.
See what happens.
They might kick you out, but we'll see. But
depends what kind of place.
Yeah, and then went back to the internet, Googled bellicoso, My Father, and then I found the Les Bijoux, which is French. Very nice tie-in with the French Olympics. Not just the French Olympics, but Olympics.
Everybody's invited.
Yeah. And so I think that's what he was smoking, which was actually the number one cigar in 2015 on Cigar.
And has taste.
So Jason Tatum has fancy taste, I guess, or
he knows what it's all about.
Yeah, but also I guess Les Bijoux, according to Google, in my 5-second Google type of that, means the jewel, which
the jewel.
He's gonna be rocking a lot of jewels on that ring when he gets it in. When does basketball start? October? September?
October.
Yeah.
Well,
and he gets that ring in front of Jimmy Butler, which is, I love that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to make it even sweeter because that guy is tortured for like 5 years.
I
remember that game.
Tortured me too.
When. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He ruined my
from the inside.
I know.
Right.
Inside. Sleeper agent.
That game 7 against the Heat. We all went to. There's a bar down the street called the B List, and we were down there all watching it together. I was the only one who had a dog in the fight. I was the only Celtics fan. Nobody else was a fan of the Heat or the Celtics. And they were up 10 with a minute. And they just totally blew it in every possible way fathomable. And they cut it to a 1-possession game. And Jimmy, 2-point game. And Jimmy pulls up and shoots that 3. I think I've never lost more years of my life than when that ball was in the air. My sports heart was just almost. I mean, that would have done it for me. I think I would have collapsed right there at that bar had that shot fallen, but luckily didn't. They got to go to the finals and get whooped by the Warriors. But
so I mean, at least you made it the finals that year. Yeah, because unfortunately for you, once basketball season's done, even though the Reds are, hopefully creeping up, right?
No, you want to talk about bad ownership? Worst owner in the history of ownership, and not just sports ownership. I'm talking about.
You have a really cool player.
I have a cool player, but the worst owner in the history of not ownership sports, but owning things. Ever since anybody has ever owned anything, Castellini is the worst at that.
Yeah,
I hate it.
And just get your De La Cruz jersey and just enjoy your Skyline chili in the arena.
Yeah, $9 for accounting now. Thank you. I'm going to Dixie.
Ooh, $9.
$4. You can't have one, so it's $9 in the end.
That's actually facts.
$4.50.
Also, we're still in the process of setting up our Patreon, but if you do want to support the show, support Victory Stick, you can go over to our Patreon. We'll link that in the bottom. But I was going to say a Patreon post should be when I'm in Cincy, we show the people the SkyRosa.
Oh, we do some damage on the SkyRosa.
Apparently something we invented. You heard about it. And then
we're at least a pioneer of it.
Yeah. We're the ones that actually put it into action. We put it into action.
And now there's this guy who's really popularized it. This local comedian. That's his lane is just weird Cincinnati stuff. And so he's at the ballpark getting all the announcers to have SkyRosa and stuff. It's bird. Yeah, it's in the universe now. It's in the lexicon.
I will never forget the lady's face when we told her what we were doing, and she was like, "What?"
I'll never forget the freaking World War Z cicadas.
That was actually crazy. Yeah, it was. What was that? 2020 or 2021?
Yeah. Well, 21. Yeah. For those of you who are unaware of what the heck we're talking, SkyRosa. So cheese coney, which is chili, hot dog, cheese, and onions and mustard. It's a Cincinnati staple, classic. You know it, you love it. And then La Rosa's is a local pizza place, and some sick, twisted individual had the idea of you take the cheese pizza from La Rosa's, fold it up, put it in, put a cheese coney in there, and it's SkyRosa. And actually, it's delicious.
It was great.
And when Ramsey and I tried it for the first time, we were sitting outside in this little courtyard area because there's a place in town where there's one right next to the other, the restaurants, and it was cicada time in Cincinnati, and we just looked up, and there was this wall of 500,000 cicadas just chirping.
And you kind of had to be cautious of every bite you had because they were just fly into the wall, basically kill themselves, and then they fall down, and they could hit you, and you're like, a little crunchier bite.
It really, it got the really got the adrenaline pumping. It kept us on our toes, and I think our senses were firing this level.
I know. That's why I think it just exploding. So good. I think every tasting YouTuber or whatever, they need to have just cicadas just attacking them while they eat it because they'll be locked in.
That's the channel. You can only do it every 15 years.
One video every 15 years.
We make content.
Honestly, next time they come back, we're going back to the SkyRosa Mecca.
Yeah.
And
do it right.
We'll do it right. We'll do it live.
Cicadas are Central.
But
cool.
yeah, I think that'll be a good little video for the people.
Heck yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't, when I was looking at the SI photo shoot, it makes sense to me, but I didn't even tie in Red, like that photo being like a just one for one, almost Red recreation of what he would have looked like smoking.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing about Celtics lore. It's just like, they're so freaking old. There's so much like history going on. And they just like, they were synonymous with victory. Like they won every year. You know, it's like the Harlem Globetrotter for like 20 years. I mean, Bill Russell was out there cranking them out. And Red Auerbach was the guy, like the man behind the whole machine. Like, he was the guy making it happen. Like, got Bill Russell in the draft. There's this whole background rumor of like that he traded the Ice Capades to a guy in like Kansas City to like
hilarious
get Bill Russell. Like, if you let me get Bill Russell in the draft, I'll give you the Ice Capade.
That's like semi-pro Jackie Moon's trading the washing machine.
100% Jackie Moon, Pat.
Yeah,
wrestling the bear.
Dewey.
But that's what makes that movie so funny, is how just like how like
back then
comical the whole thing was. But he was like so far ahead of his time as far as like wheeling, dealing. Like he was the first sportsman to really like bet on the sport. Like, baseball had its history, but like the NBA was so amateur hour.
Oh yeah.
And he was the one who kind of said like, nah, we're gonna like push this. We're gonna actually make this an established thing. And then like was still on board when Larry and Magic came in and like saved the league. Everybody said they saved the league, they're pretty dead.
Yeah.
But like he was still like, him and Larry did all these great videos and them smoking cigars together, like after they won the championships, talking about like he just found the right dudes. Found the Russell, he found Larry. He just like look into a guy's soul and just be like, yeah, you're gonna win me a bunch of championships.
Yeah. And it's still crazy that he like talk about the originator of the victory stick. He would light it up on the bench. Like that's in
the middle of a game.
That's legendary.
There's no equivalent. There's no flex that you can flex that's a better flex than I'm lighting up the thing that signifies that I'm beating you while I'm beating you.
It's fully leisure time right now. Just
right. Like, I am absolutely just in my own world, having just a nice casual moment when I'm supposed to be competing at the highest level. But we're on an autopilot.
Yeah,
the plan's gonna land itself at this point, so no worries.
Disrespect for the other team for sure. I would be so furious if I was the other coach. I'd be like, come on.
Right, like you gotta that's your whole livelihood is your, and it's the other coach thinks so little of you that he's ready to just like stop coaching in the middle of a.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. We're good.
It's just.
Want to wrap this up now?
But yes, he like absolutely like made. It's kind of the inception of the idea behind the brand, for us, like the Victory Stick Co. like brand. It's like, I think a big part of the reason why cigars are synonymous with victory are because of him. Like, he kind of paved the way for that. He set that standard, which is a really badass thing. Because now, like, you see it all the time, which is like the content that we're trying to show people and tell stories that we're trying to tell. It's just like when Tatum won the chip, he's on Sports Illustrated, but even after they won the championship, everybody was cigars. We had Porzingis lighting one up, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown basically kind of making his own, or at least putting his own label on a cigar. Like, that was wild. Super
which is
cool.
incredible.
Red being the originator of the Victory Stick. And it kind of goes with what we're thinking about, the victory stick or having a stick after a victory is more about the moment than the stick itself. Doc Rivers has a video where he talked about after he won that he smoked a stick that Red gave him. And I forgot what show he was on, but they asked him, like, was it good? And he's like, no, Red cigars were horrible. Like, because they're like the green Candela cigars.
Yeah, they're notoriously awful.
Yeah, it's like they're horrible. But it's not, obviously when we drop our own stick, it's not going to be bad. But it's more about just making a stick that's enjoyable
celebration
in the moment to celebrate it,
That's right.
So
can you please splice in Jamie Foxx doing his Doc Rivers impression right here?
Yes.
It's not Blake's fault.
I mean, it's not Blake's fault. It's not Blake's fault. It's not on Blake.
It's not Blake's fault. God.
It's not Blake's fault.
They should have got Jamie Foxx to do that. I haven't watched it yet, but the clipped show. Did you see that show?
Oh yeah. They absolutely should have. That show was so poorly cast. Blake Griffin looked like secretary. He did not look like an NBA basketball player.
Who's the owner's name? The Ed O'Neill's character. That was great casting.
Yeah.
That's good casting.
Yeah, that was 10 out of 10.
Lawrence Fishburne as Doc is okay, but it didn't sound like he did a Doc Rivers voice. He just talked as Lawrence Fishburne.
Was Lawrence Fishburne.
So I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, the casting of the players is so funny.
Yeah,
like, and
Steph Curry. Who else? He did somebody else.
Chris Paul.
Like Chris Paul. That's who it
Actually,
was.
DeAndre Jordan was bad too. They were all bad. I think Blake Griffin tweeted his though and was like, "Dang, what the heck happened?"
Did not. That looked like a guy who should like file your taxes, not fortune flippers.
Because he was like the guy's like skinny that they casted, and Blake Griffin's like notorious like just jacked.
Absolute unit.
Yeah, little Celtics legend right there too, right? Is he considered a Celtics legend?
Yeah, his moment in the sun, 15 minutes on the squad. Yeah. Loved him for it.
Staying in the sports world, and another guy who's smoked his fair share of victory sticks. Again, staying in just Cincinnati sports land, or in your world of sports. Joey B, who was smoking
the real Slim Shady,
the Karl Malone, the real Slim Shady, smoking the Karl Malone after LSU, which LSU now has their official cigar from Bocock Brothers, which is kind of sick. Like it actually has the LSU branding on it, which I guess that's just a university that's like, yeah, tobacco, no, but if it's cigars, we're all
university flip.
How do they sell it at a campus bookstore? Get your sociology book, your sticks, and get out of there. But Joey B with the new haircut. I preferred the Anakin Skywalker, but
sure,
you changed it up.
He had the high ground for a minute there.
Yeah.
But
now what has he got?
But now, full on shaved head, full on bleached, and Jamar Chase also shaved head, and that tells me one thing and one thing only, and that's that we're done fooling around. We have played with the league for too long, and what we're going to do now is destroy everything in our path.
For my Vikings' sake, I hope not, but
I think the boys are hungry. They can taste that victory stick. They want it. This is the year. Last year was going to be the year, and then Joey Burrows into a jellyfish halfway through, and that was the end of that.
Yep.
But no more.
No more.
It's time.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be good for a little while as long as he's there. So, yeah, I wonder if they'll break out those LSU sticks. Maybe. I mean, they got Jamar Chase and Joe.
The boys.
I'm glad there was rumors for a little while there when Justin Jefferson, my guy, was waiting on a new deal that Cincinnati was going to try and trade for him somehow and just bring back LSU.
I know. I heard that same thing. Yeah, like unite the.
Which would have been kind of like the New York Knicks. They're just like, you know what?
Yeah,
let's bring all the boys back.
Get everybody.
The boys
Nova dog.
That would have been sad because the offers that you guys would have given us would not have been like all the rumors. I mean, it's just people just like putting into Trade Analyzer like, oh, this kind of works. Ship it.
Yeah. It's enough.
That would have been. Hopefully, I guess you need an O-line still to protect Joe Burrow, but
in theory, that would be something that would be nice to have, so its arm doesn't explode again.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see if those boys have victory stick opportunities. I'm hoping that more people kind of follow the Max Crosby route, where after just a win, it was a Monday night win, I think, but like after a win, just light up a stick,
rip the shirt off.
It's still a victory.
Sticks going.
Yeah, you don't need to wait for the
celebrate
playoff,
a little bit.
Super Bowl. Exactly, it's always victory.
No.
Well, I think that kind of wraps up this first installment, Victory Stickmen. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to be making more of these more consistently, some more shorts. We'll eventually get Mr. Pelle on the written blogs as well once we get that site up and running. But
that's right. Got
a lot of things in the work, merch, hopefully a stick of our own that us as Victory Stickmen can all enjoy consistently. But, any parting words?
Parting words. Last thing I want to talk about. I have a wedding this weekend. I'm in it.
Ooh,
what
nice.
stick should I bring? What do you think?
Are you sharing sticks, or are you keeping it? Is it just for you?
Sharing
with
sticks. With the groom.
With the groom. Is he a big cigar smoker?
Yeah, big enough.
Oh, okay.
He likes those nub cigars.
Oh, Well, I mean, if you know what he likes, you can easily go with that and
that's a classic.
See if they have a more of a limited edition version. I don't know if Nub does that, but otherwise, I was going to say if you want more cigars to hand out to other people, going with something a little more like lighter, medium bodied. Which I'm trying to think. It's hard to say what the local lounges have, but Magic Toast, Alec Bradley. There's one that looks dark, but is not.
Absolute classic,
that's perfect. It's awesome, and plus, 10 out of 10. Little toast to the bride and groom.
That's right, the Magic Toast.
I think we talk about that in the post.
Yeah, the Zach Bryan thing, we talked about it.
Oh yeah, that's
like a Magic Toast to him.
Yeah, so that's a great one.
That's a banger. That's probably my favorite daily driver.
Yeah,
on the cigar. That thing is just perfect.
It looks real scary if you're not into cigars because it's dark and we're all told if it's dark it's too strong, but it's not. So try it out.
That's the move. You're right. That's it.
Yep.
And it's an outdoor wedding. It's going to be 97 degrees.
Ooh.
I'm going to be a puddle, and that's okay.
Is it later in the evening? Is it morning?
Ish, but not really. No.
Okay.
It's heat of the day.
High noon. Oh, God. Well.
Oh.
Yeah, man, just have a cold beer along with your cigar.
Cold beverage all day long. Gotta hydrate.
True. Beer's made with water, so it hydrates, right?
That's right.
Is that fact?
That's right.
It's fact here on the Victory Stick Podcast. Anyways, thanks y'all for watching.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle.